so what we got up y'all is my rear end, and you guys might see that it says 06 Mus for Mustang and 3.15 LSD. So we have the original, it's a 31 spline 06 Mustang rear end that we chopped down. So I can show you guys. Sorry if I say so much. You guys tried this. This shit's hard. It's hard not saying so and but. Yeah, we cut that guy right there. We took, I think it was like 2.5 inches out. So if you guys are interested, and I got a whole how here. I used 3D printed dills and a steel bar to shorten the axle. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I just did it to see if I could do it. Well, it needed to be shortened, obviously. I had to take a couple inches. Nothing would fit with the rear axle. It was like, what, 5 inches too long. Which is funny because look at this car, and this car looks massive. And you look at a Mustang, and for some reason it doesn't look massive. It looks much smaller, but it's not. It's bigger than this. Stuff. Anyway, we cut that guy down and welded it out, put the ends back on, all that good stuff, and it worked well. We drove it. No, there's no craziness going on with the thing, but I did do a lot of welding, cut, and grinding on this axle. I did not. I did my best to kind of scrub it out and flush it out and do all that stuff using like brake clean and whatever. But I was worried that there would be stuff. Of course, anybody in the right mind would be worried that there'd be stuff up there. So I have these rare earth magnets. You can tell how strong they are by how much of the metal dust they collect in my garage. And you can order these guys on Amazon. I put a few of those down in the housing, and I figured that way any of the metal shavings or anything that I missed that get whipped up in operation, maybe you would grab a hold of. So what we've done is we've drained this guy. I got more gear oil and stinky limited slip differential additive, and I've already drained this, so we're just going to pop this cover. We welded a AN 8 bung on the bottom and a 16 on the top. That way it's easy to fill and drain. So when we take it off, hopefully it won't explode all over us. So yeah, we're gonna take this guy off and retrieve those magnets, take a look at them, see if they're still in the same spot. I was like, they're pretty powerful, but I was also kind of like, I was kind of like, oh, I hope that doesn't come out and just go in between the gears and just like a damn ground beef grinder or something. But I haven't heard that. I don't know what's happened. So we're gonna pull those guys out there and take a look and figure out, do we put them back in? I don't know. It's hard out. You guys putting bets whether or not I'm gonna get covered in gear oil? Place your bets. Place your bets, boys and girls. That's what you get. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the haps are. Ooh, this is interesting, Mike. This is like science. Like I said, I already drained this guy with whatever the drain plug would get. Can't tell if there's a gasket there or just, I guess just goo. A lot of goo. There's a lot of goo. It didn't leak though, so it must be a decent goo. Okay, let's look at let's figure out stuff. So we have, that's weird. So this, I guess that's just where it's sitting. You guys see that line in there? See, it's all shiny up here, and then there's like a line. I guess that's just the level of where it's at, and then it's kind of like, there's some goop on there. You guys see all that goop? Can you guys see that? It's not, it's just like some residue. As soon as you touch it, it just turns into like a wax kind of filling. Maybe that's some of that friction material. You think it's friction material, boys and girls? I don't know. It's kind of amazing that none of the gasket, except right here, came off on our pan. The Mustang pan, in case you guys forget, is actually aluminum. which didn't weld very nicely. I tried to put a couple bungs on it, and they just kept cracking. Sometimes that just happens. It was with the cracking. But it wants to go that way a lot easier. So I will show you guys. I'm always terrified of doing rear ends. Let me take the map. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but the wear is like dead center. Maybe a little bit forward, but not much. And then the top wear, same thing, dead center, nice deep engagement. The pinion, I think that's the big cone-shaped one back there. What am I? You guys can't see. Can't see it. Oh, okay, there you go. And it looks nice as well. So I'm pretty happy. I don't know if this is perfect or not. Don't really care because I don't care that much because it looks like it's centered-ish. And I've seen some bad patterns. And it's not making any funny noise, and it's doing everything it's supposed to be done. So I'm grateful about that. Now I put those magnets right down. Ooh, I feel it feels gooey down there. It's like thick and chunky, not too chunky. Let me pull this magnet out, see what we get. Here is, try to get a good, turn our light around maybe. Okay. So that is a magnet under there, and this stuff on top of it, it's almost like powdery. There, I can feel like a, whoops, I'm sorry guys, this is difficult. I can feel maybe like a couple bigger chunks, but mostly it just feels like this kind of sludge, right? Yeah. And I'm moving it around, and it's like fine talc powder. So I'm sure it's metal, or it wouldn't be sticking all over this magnet. You guys see that? Just squish it, and it kind of squishes back. So it is some kind of metal, probably from the cutting and grinding and all that good stuff. Maybe even some that just wore off. That's so cool, it just sticks to the magnet no matter what. Oops, sorry. You guys see that, like, sucking back on there? Okay, I'm happy with that, guys. A couple reasons. One being there was not a lot of crap inside the differential, obviously, or it probably would have ended up mostly on this magnet. And there's not a lot of stuff on this magnet, really. What's on there is really fine. So I'm going to assume that it's probably got most of whatever was left in there. Some of that might just be from the gears bedding in to each other. So I'm not going to run this because I don't want to have to worry about this running through the gears ever again, because it's obviously pretty clean if that's all that came out of it. So we'll slap it back together. You know, I got to go clean it out and clean all the RTV off of it, re-RTV it, blah, 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 blah. You guys don't care about that. I just want to see, like, how bad did you screw up, Mike? And usually I screw up pretty bad, but this time it seems like my plan came together, and the rear axle works. And I shortened it myself with 3D printed plastic stuff. Those jigs go for, like, you can get them on eBay for like 150. They're not that bad, but all it cost me was time and aggravation. But yeah, if you just go back to the channel, if you're interested in the rear axle, just go back to the channel and maybe search Monkey Fab axle or something like that. I'm sure it'll pop up. Not that any of you are concerned with anything that I'm doing. So I'm gonna smash this back together and get the back topped off. And then I'm just basically looking for little odds and end jobs. I've read the whole Holley instruction manual for the dash, not for the Terminator X. I probably should do that just to try to figure it out. It's way above my cognitive ability. and function. However, we did read it and I have some sort of clue now, and I'll be able to help my friend Jacob kind of sort through it. And it's real weird that like certain pens have to be certain things, but I'm sure you guys already all know that. So I'm just rambling because I'm alone in my garage. I'm so sad. I got no friends, nobody. I ain't got nobody. Nobody. Shabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-doo.